Bottom of my heart, I'd like to extend my gratitude to all of you and my thanks to all of you for waiting patiently. And I thank you for being together here inside the hall. I thank you for your time and I thank you for your presence. That being said, in a short while as we're about to begin the program, however, it's also time to set the tone for what we're really looking forward to. It's time to set the vision for Plastindia 2026, which is why what we're about to do is begin the program with an inspiring motto of transforming lives and transforming Bharat. So what we'd like to share with all of you is the Plastindia 2026 promo film, which is why I'd like to request all of you to please take your seats. We're about to begin the program with the Plastindia 2026 promo film. Let's take a look at the AV on the screen, please.
India, the vibrant nucleus of the global economy, full of boundless potential and promise. India's economic rise is a story of phenomenal growth and increasing global influence. Surging past major economies, India now going to be the world's third largest economy and is set to exceed the $4 trillion mark and is expected to soar $10 trillion by 2032. This is fueled by a GDP growth rate that consistently outpaces many developed nations. At the heart of India's success story lies its youthful and skilled workforce and a strong and visionary leadership in the center that is ready to push the nation to unprecedented heights.
पूरी दुनिया की नजर आज भारत पर है। दुनिया भर के इन्वेस्टर्स यहां आने के लिए लालायित हैं।
मैं स्टार्टअप वालों को, टेक्नीशियंस को, उद्यमियों को आग्रह करता हूं कि हम इन प्लास्टिक के रिसाइकल के लिए क्या करें। जैसे हाईवेज बनाने के लिए प्लास्टिक का उपयोग हो रहा है, ऐसी बहुत सी विधाएं हो सकती हैं।
I'm quite sure that the world today is looking towards India to be a part of resilient supply chains, and plastic is one sector where without any doubt India has the requisite skill sets, the requisite capability.
With a conducive investment climate and robust infrastructure, India has emerged as a preferred destination for investment in the plastics industry. The plastics industry embraces technological advancements, focusing on efficiency, innovation, and eco-friendly alternatives. From automotive to healthcare, construction to consumer goods, the demand for plastic products is skyrocketing. The Indian plastics industry is projected to expand from $42 billion to a staggering $120 billion by 2026. Exports are expected to increase to $25 billion by the year 2027, reflecting the global embrace of Indian ingenuity. At the heart of this growth story lies Plastindia, the world's largest international plastics exhibition, a triennial conglomeration of innovation and progress in the Indian plastics industry, where industry leaders converge to unlock the next wave of possibilities. Plastindia Foundation is the apex body of major associations, organizations, and institutions connected with plastics, with the common goal of development of the plastic sector for the country's progress. Dedicated to promoting India's plastics industry, the Plastindia Foundation has been organizing Plastindia since 1990. The event has seen 11 successful editions, solidifying its position as a top global plastics exhibition. Plastindia 2023 created history with unprecedented attendance and visionary discussions by exceeding all expectations and setting new benchmarks for international participation and engagement. A record-breaking 600,000 visitors from more than 79 countries thronged the venue, witnessing the prowess of the Indian plastics industry. With over 5,000 plus reverse buyer-seller meetings facilitating international trade and cooperation. The resounding success of the 2023 edition has paved the way for an even more remarkable and impactful Plastindia 2026. We are proud to unveil our brand new theme for Plastindia 2026, the 12th International Plastics Exhibition, Conference and Convention. Plastindia 2026, Bharat Next, at Bharat Mandapam, New Delhi, India, from 5th to 10th February 2026. Bharat Next is not just a theme, but a promise of a brighter, more innovative tomorrow for the nation. This renowned venue provides the perfect backdrop for an event of this magnitude. Spread over 540,000 square meters, the event will feature 20 halls over 6 days, expecting over 600,000 visitors and 2,000 exhibitors, including 500 overseas exhibitors. Plastindia 2026 will focus on innovation, sustainability and growth, representing our commitment to pioneering advancements, driving economic growth and fostering sustainable practices that resonate worldwide. Join us in this transformative journey as we embrace Bharat Next and lead the world towards a brighter, more innovative tomorrow. Come and be a part of the Bharat Next story at Plastindia 2026.
Well, yes, ladies and gentlemen, Plastindia 2023, as we all know, exceeded expectations, witnessing the prowess of the industry, and now we get to see renewed sense of dynamism and energy, which is why we also notice that while Indians are invested in India, the world is also invested in India. Plastindia 2026 has a very befitting theme of Bharat Next, and this is where Plastindia 2026 envisions growth across all the sectors, driving the expansion of the plastics industry. In fact, we also get to highlight the potential for technological advancements within the plastics industry. So with that renewed sense of dynamism and that energy as we march ahead, here we are as we eagerly look forward to the launch of Plastindia 2026. And of course, we have our esteemed chief guest joining us in a short while. I've been informed that our esteemed chief guest is about to join us within the next few minutes, which is why I'm going to request you to please be seated, please be inside the hall, and in the next couple of minutes, we will take forward the proceedings of the rest of the program. But we will keep that energy and that momentum high for the rest of the evening, as we also get to hear from some of the dignitaries, as well as the chief guest himself. So please be seated as we get up for the next set of proceedings of the program in the next few minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the august presence of our esteemed chief guest, the Honorable Minister of Commerce and Industry, Shri Piyush Goyal ji. May I request all the members of the audience to please come together and have a round of applause, an energetic round of applause to welcome the dynamic leader himself, Shri Piyush Goyal ji. And I also request all our dignitaries to come on stage. I request all our dignitaries to please come on stage so that we can begin the program on a patriotic note. I'd like to please request everyone to kindly rise up to honor the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
May I please request our dignitaries to kindly step forward for the lighting of the lamp. If I could request our honorable chief guest, along with all the dignitaries, to please step forward for the lighting of the lamp to give this program an auspicious start. And meanwhile, let me inform you all, as you can notice on your tables, dear guests, we have also placed few lamps on the table. So I'm going to request you all to please pour the water on the diyas so that we can transfer the light of knowledge from this side of the hall to you all. आपके tables पर हमने beautiful से LED diyas रखे हुए हैं. So I'm going to request you to please pour some water. As we light the lamp over here, we ignite the light of knowledge and prosperity across the hall. I'm going to request all of you to please participate in lighting the beautiful lamps right across. And let's also have a huge round of applause as we inaugurate the launch. I kindly request our dignitaries to please take your seats. May I further please request Mr. Ravish Kamath and Mr. Pradeep Rathod to please also welcome Shri Piyush Goyal ji by presenting the bouquet. If I could request Ravish sir and Pradeep sir to please come together to welcome Shri Piyush Goyal ji to this August evening. The launch of something truly spectacular. And with that, I now request and invite Shri Ravish Kamath, President Plastindia Foundation, to present the welcome address to set the tone for Plastindia 2026. Can we have a round of applause as well? Please help me welcome Shri Ravish Kamath.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and esteemed colleagues, I am honored to welcome our chief guest, Shri Piyush Goyal ji, the Honorable Minister of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. Shri Piyush Goyal ji, born and brought up in Mumbai, comes from an illustrious family with a long-standing association in public life. I personally believe that Shri Piyush Goyal ji's dynamic, charming personality and affable nature, coupled with his dedication to listening to people's issues and taking cognizance, makes him one of the most desired and amiable ministers in the government. On the 30th of July, I had the privilege of meeting Shri Piyush Goyal ji along with our NAC chairman Alok ji. During our meeting, we had the honor of inviting him to be the chief guest at today's function. Sri Goyalji warmly welcomed us and showed great interest in the current state and the future of the plastic industry. He asked insightful questions about the challenges we face and the opportunities that lie ahead. Sri Goyalji expressed his willingness to support our industry in any way possible, emphasizing the importance of innovation and sustainability. In a moment of inspiration, he challenged us to aim high and envision the future boldly. He encouraged us to take on the ambitious goal of organizing the largest plastic exhibition in the world. His words were not just motivational, but also a call to action, urging us to showcase the potential of the Indian plastic industry on a global stage. Sri Goyalji's support and vision are invaluable to us, and we are committed to rising to the challenge, pushing the boundaries of what is possible and making our mark in the global plastic industry. Sir, we thank you very much for your encouragement, and we assure you that we will try our level best to live up to your expectation. Thank you, sir, for gracing this occasion with your presence. We were eagerly awaiting the presence of Sri Nikhil Meshwani ji, our esteemed guest of honor today. Unfortunately, we have been informed by his office that he had to travel overseas on an urgent official business. While his absence is deeply felt, we fully understand and appreciate his commitment to his responsibilities. Honorable Minister, first and foremost, I would like to express our deep gratitude to all the Indian raw material manufacturers and suppliers for their unwavering support to the processing industry. The contribution have been instrumental in enabling small and medium-scale exporters to thrive in the global markets. I would particularly like to highlight the significance of the role of Reliance Industries, one of the major polymer manufacturers, providing approximately 900,000 tons per annum to the Indian exporters under the deemed export provisions. This supply constitutes about 70 to 75% of the finished goods exports from India and plays a very crucial role in saving valuable foreign exchange for the country. We are also delighted to have with us today Mr. Thomas Franken, Director, Messe Düsseldorf GmbH. Plastindia and Messe Düsseldorf have been associated since 1990. We warmly welcome Sri Sunil Singhi ji, Honorable Chairman and National Traders Welfare Board, Government of India. We thank you, sir, for assisting us in securing an appointment with the Honorable Minister and arranging for him to be our chief guest today. We are also privileged to have the distinguished members on the dais and off the dais. We are equally fortunate to have with us our platinum sponsors, Reliance Industries, Lohiya Corp, Supreme Industries, and our gold sponsors, Alok Masterbatch, Cosmo Films, HPCL Mittal Energy, IVL Dhanseri, and Nilgiri Machinery Global Private Limited. We are also pleased to have Mr. Rakesh Sharma, the General Manager of ITPO, along with the industry stalwarts, members of the industry, and the press. It is with great pride and excitement I welcome you to the launch of the Plastindia 2026 right here in the vibrant city of Mumbai. This gathering marks not only the commencement of what promises to be a landmark event, but also a celebration of the tremendous growth and the promising future of the plastic industry. Sir, the plastic industry often heralded as one of the cornerstones of the modern civilization. Plastics are like our in-laws. We can't live with them, but we certainly can't live without them. However, plastics has undergone transformative changes over the years, and plastics are today integral to the innovations that shape the future. India has emerged as a significant player in the global plastic industry, with our country being one of the largest producers of the plastic products. Over the past decade, the Indian plastic industry has grown at an impressive rate of 10% per annum. The market size has expanded from US $15 billion in 2010 to about $37 billion in 2023, and it is projected to reach $50 billion by 2026. While the plastic industry is committed to innovate, make the manufacturing process sustainable, and elevate the entire supply chain to meet the growing global demand, there is an urgent need of support from the government to help convey the need for responsible use of plastics. We thank the Honorable Minister for his vision and direction. While 100% of the plastics can get recycled, the consumer is yet to accept the responsibility to meet the exacting standards recommended through groundbreaking innovations like the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. Sir, it is with immense pride and satisfaction that I share the success of the previous edition of the Plastindia 2023 held at the newly renovated Pragati Maidan in Delhi from 1st to 5th of February 2023. This event was remarkable success, occupying the entire 125,000 square meters of available space with participation from 79 countries. This event saw over 1,800 exhibitors, both Indian and international, and a footfall of 3.6 lakh 3.6 lakh business visitors. This was made possible with the dedicated efforts of our past presidents, Sri Jigishbhai Doshi, and the NEC chairman, Sri Ajay Shah, and the treasurer, Sri Ajay Shah, along with myself as the vice president. The grand success of Plastindia 23 is a proud moment for the plastic industry. And the Honorable Minister, it is impressive to note that Plastindia attracted a significant number of visitors, and our visitors collectively invested about 500 crores on travel and accommodation. Sir, with the visionary efforts of the Plastindia Foundation, we launched the Plastindia International University, the PIU, located at Vapi, Gujarat, a premier institution dedicated to plastics and sustainability. It's spearheaded by industry stalwarts, luminary Sri MP Taparia ji, with strong support from prominent leaders like Sri Kamal Nanavati ji, Jigish Bhai, Sri Raju Bhai, and Achal Thakkar. Since its inception, PIU has garnered significant support from the government, empowering it to cultivate the next generation of plastic professionals. These graduates are poised to lead the conversation on the plastics and sustainability, contributing to the broader Bharat Next vision for India's future. Sir, in conclusion, I am confident that with our collective efforts, the plastic industry will continue to thrive and play an indispensable role in India's development. As we move forward, let us embrace the challenges, opportunities ahead with the optimism and dedication, ensuring that Plastindia 26 is a resounding success. In the end, plastic is fantastic, not just because of what we can do with it, but because of what we can do with it. The future is in our hands, and so is that reusable plastic water bottle in front of you. Cheers to innovation. Thank you for your presence and support. Jai Hind.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Kamath, for sharing your dynamic thoughts. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, I now invite Mr. Pradeep Rathod, Chairman, National Advisory Board, Plastindia 2026, to share his valuable words with the August gathering. Can we also have a round of applause? Please help me welcome Mr. Pradeep Rathod.
Good evening and welcome to the mega launch of the 12th edition of the Plastindia 2026. Respected Honorable Minister of Commerce and Industry, Sri Piyush Ji Goyal, Sri Ravi Ji Kamath, President, Plastindia Foundation, Sri Ashok Ji Tibriwal, Chairman, National Executive Council, Mr. Thomas Franken of Messe Dusseldorf, esteemed colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. It is with immense honor and deep gratitude that I stand before you today, having been nominated as the chairman of the National Advisory Board of Plastindia. I am profoundly grateful for the trust and confidence reposed in me. First and foremost, I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to all the members for nominating me. This role is not just a position of leadership, but a commitment to advancing our industry, fostering innovation and shaping a sustainable future for plastic industry. Plastindia, one of the largest exhibitions in the world, in its 12th edition, has grown into a global experience, covering the entire gamut of polymer producers, machine manufacturers, processors, academic institutes, ancillary and allied industry, as it witnesses intense participation by both Indian and international plastic industry. The India edition have transformed marketing opportunities into convincing sales potential and have empowered businesses irrespective of the size with the aspiration to compete globally. The vision of our Honorable Prime Minister for Make in India and Atmanirbhar Bharat is an encouraging initiative for boosting the manufacturing sector. The plastic industry can scale up their manufacturing, giving an opportunity to set bigger footprints in the global market. The plastic industry exports are currently at $11 billion and can grow substantially from here. For the forthcoming Plus India 2026 exhibition, we face both exciting opportunities and considerable challenges. The global landscape of plastic is evolving rapidly, driven by technological advancements, regulatory changes, and shifting public perceptions. Our industry stands at crossroads, and it is our collective responsibility to navigate this water with foresight and determination. Our foremost responsibility will be to champion sustainable practices like recycling. We must lead the charge of we must lead the charge to reduce the environment footprints. We should work towards bringing innovation, collaborations, embracing technological advancements, educate and train human resource. To adopt all these innovations to pace with the global markets. Once again, I want to reiterate my gratitude for this opportunity and thank you for your trust, your support, and your belief in our shared future. Together, we will make Plastindia 2026 a landmark event. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Rathod, for accentuating on the need for responsible innovation. On that note, if I may please invite Mr. Thomas Franken, Director, Messe Düsseldorf, to please address the August gathering. And with that, once again, let's have a round of applause. Please help me welcome Mr. Thomas Franken.
Respected Mr. Goya, Minister of Commerce and Industry of Government of India, respected Mr. Ravish Kamath, President of Plastindia Foundation, respected Mr. T. Privala, Chairman of NEC of Plastindia 2026, distinguished dignitaries on the dais, and my friends from the plastic industry, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great pleasure for me to represent Messe Düsseldorf tonight on the occasion of the first launch of Plastindia 2026. Thanks to an outstanding work of Plastindia Foundation, this trade show has evolved in the most attractive and comprehensive B2B event for experts in the plastics industry. Every 3 years, Plastindia becomes an indispensable hub for information, for business, and for networking for trade visitors from the Indian subcontinent and surrounding countries. As an overseas associate, Messe Düsseldorf is responsible for the European, Japanese, and US exhibitors. The Messe Düsseldorf team is honored to have been chosen as a partner for this important trade fair. I am proud to say that we have contributed to the success of Plastindia in the past, and through our long-term partnership, we have developed a highly international business platform and established close business relationships with all relevant companies, associations, and industry committees. Messe Düsseldorf is one of the leading trade fair organizers in Germany and worldwide. At our home venue in Düsseldorf, we organize 40 trade shows, 20 of which are world-leading events in their sectors, and one of them is K-Show, the world's #1 trade fair for plastics and rubber. Next K in 2025 is taking place from October 8 to 15 and has the motto, "The Power of Plastics: Green, Smart, Responsible," with 3 core messages focusing on the key topics: shaping a circular economy, embracing digitalization, and caring about people. The sector is increasingly based on a sustainable circular economy and that promotes the reuse, the recycling, and the reduction of plastic waste. And I am sure that these themes of circular economy and sustainability will also play a significant role for the next edition of Plastindia in 2026. Messe Düsseldorf and K-Show serve as gateways to the world's leading emerging markets. our portfolio for plastics and rubber shows worldwide include 11 events, and we are proud to count Plastindia as among the largest shows in our international portfolio. The Indian market offers excellent opportunities: a young population, a rapidly expanding consumption-driven middle class, infrastructural development, investments in medical and health services, and one of the largest automotive industries in the world, and they are all driving significant demand for plastic parts and packaging, but as well as for production machinery and raw materials. With more than 1,800 exhibitors and representation of 15 countries expected to participate, Plastindia 2026 promises to be even more exceptional. It serves as a key entry point for foreign companies into a fast-growing and challenging market. I am confident that in 2026 we will once again witness strong participation from exhibitors across all relevant sectors and from all parts of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm eagerly looking forward to Plastindia in February 2026, and I'm confident that our cooperation with the Plastindia Foundation will be both successful and enjoyable. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Franken, for sharing your buoyant thoughts with regard to Plastindia 2026. On that note, up next, ladies and gentlemen, can we also have a round of applause as we invite Mr. Alok Tebrewala, NEC Chairman, to also please address the August gathering. So if I could please request Shri Alok Tebrewala to please share your valuable words, and can we also welcome him with a huge round of applause, everyone.
Adarniya Piyush Goyal ji, dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, members of press and media, and my dear friends. Good evening, namaskar. Thank you for being very, very patient with us, as nobody wanted to lose a moment from the minister. So I'll cut my speech very, very short. I stand before you with a lot of gratitude, responsibility, and commitment to present in 2026 the biggest Plastindia so far, the biggest exhibition in India so far, and the biggest and the best international plastic exhibition in the world. A big thank you for giving me this opportunity.
सर, जब हम आपके ऑफिस में गए थे, थोड़े सहमे थे और एक सपना था कि विश्व का सबसे श्रेष्ठ और सबसे बड़ा एग्जीबिशन करना है. बट द वे यू वर पेशेंट विद अस, आपके शब्द, आपका एश्योरेंस, आपका विजन, आपका मिशन, जब मैं और रविश निकले तो हमें यकीन था कि हम विश्व का सबसे बड़ा एग्जीबिशन कर रहे हैं और हम करके दिखाएंगे. 2023 Plastindia was a new milestone in spite of all difficulties, COVID. We set new milestones, and I can't thank enough the team of 2023. It would not have been possible, sir, unless the officers of ITUP were equally invested with us. उन्होंने सर जान लगा दी. They took ownership as it is their exhibition. So decisions were made in 5 minutes, 10 minutes a day. And believe me, जिस तरह उन्होंने काम किया है, I think it is time for the perception to change about how government works. So it is your vision that you give us Bharat Mandapam, so you could see that this country will need an exhibition space like that, and we can't thank you enough. So in spite of all difficulties, finally the Bharat Mandapam is all set. सर ये भी इम्पोर्टेंट आपको बताना कि 2026 में जब हम CMD साहब से मिलने गए, so we met a new officer, Rajat Agarwal, happens to be a CA, all of us are, and then जो बातें हुई और जो उनका मैंने इमोशन देखा या प्रोएक्टिव थे, पॉजिटिव थे, तो उन्होंने मुझसे पूछा कि क्या चाहिए. मैंने कहा कुछ नहीं चाहिए, आप चाहिए. एंड दैट इज व्हाट आई टोल्ड यू व्हेन आई मेट यू कि आलोक तुमको क्या चाहिए. मैंने कहा आप चाहिए. एंड देन यू कमिटेड कि मैं तेरे साथ हूँ. सो आई एम हैप्पी टू अनाउंस दैट फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम Plastindia has got the logo support of Ministry of Commerce just 2 hours back. So I can fairly assume कि your image, your face, your vision, your lines will be on the top. And मैं कुछ भी कहूँगा तो मैं आपके ब्याह पे ही बोलूँगा इसके बाद. So sir, thank you for putting a very young team at ITPO. They are wonderful people, sir, and they are wonderful humans. They interact so easily, so comfortably. राकेश जी है हमारे पास GM ITPO.
please convey my thanks, gratitude on behalf of all of us for being so positive towards Plastindia. And sir, they've come out with a wonderful policy. They've changed everything. I can tell you, sir, as a customer of ITPO now, that ITPO Bharat Mandapam now से better venue हिंदुस्तान में नहीं है in terms of economics, in terms of infrastructure, and in terms of people who are managing ITPO. So this is, sir, sponsors are backbone of any exhibition. So I must thank all my sponsors. I have 8 of them, 3 platinum and 5 gold. Reliance, of course, being with us. Nanavati ji, please convey our gratitude to the family of Reliance, because they have actually done hand-holding in all the plastic processing you see in this country. MP Babu chale gaye, unke ghar mein function tha. So MP Tapadia has been like godfather to this industry. So all the processing, all the encouragement, all the data sharing, supporting even the smallest of exhibitions, that is MP Babu for us. So can we hear for MP Babu? He's not here. Again, we are missing Mr. R.K. Lohia. We got a news, he just signed a deal somewhere in US. He has acquired some plant. So Lohia ji has turned the face of machine manufacturing in India. Mahinder bhai bhi yahan pe hain. So these are the people where machine manufacturing in India is looked at a very different level now. So we are truly international in terms of machine manufacturing. Then we have Battu ji from HMEL. Thank you, Battu ji. You supported us in 2023. You are again with us of now. And the way you are nurturing the plastic processing and supporting them, I don't have words. Pankaj Podar ji again, we are missing him today from Cosmo. He's a first-time sponsor. Mr. Pankaj Sinha, a friend of mine from IVL Dhansari. Thank you, Pankaj. It took me just 2 minutes. मैंने पूछा भाई साहब धनसेरी को बोलो स्पॉन्सरशिप दे दे, तो ही स्टार्टेड रीडिंग द डॉक्यूमेंट. मैं कहा नीचे फिगर लिखा हुआ 1 करोड़ वो दे दे, एंड ही सेड हो गया. So that is how, thank you Pankaj Sinha, I don't have words. Mukesh Goyal ji, Nilgiri, thank you for chasing me for 6 months to get this sponsorship. So you really make me proud कि आप हमारी इतनी वैल्यू रखते हैं या ब्रांड को वैल्यू देते हैं. एंड देन सर, प्लास्ट इंडिया की ब्यूटी ये है कि इस एग्जीबिशन को ऑर्गेनाइज इंडस्ट्री करती है, इसमें भाग भी इंडस्ट्री वाले लेते हैं, इसका फल भी इंडस्ट्री वालों को मिलता है. सो विक्रम भदौरिया इज माई को चेयरमैन, ही इज माई स्पॉन्सर. So a perfect example of one person being organizer, exhibitor and sponsor. So it is like tan, man, dhan, तीनों दे दिया Plast India को. Thank you, Vikram. Sir, I was talking about visitors. Any exhibition success will depend on how many visitors and what was the value of business transacted. Last time we had 1 lakh visitors. I was telling Piyush Goyal ji, last time हमने revenue collection from gate entry was 8 crores. There is not a single visitor who comes in for free. So that is adding to the seriousness of the exhibition. This time our target is 6 lakh visitors, at least 1,50,000 unique visitors. So we will pay special attention. Sir, आप amazed हो जाएंगे. Visitor normally हमारी processing industry का होता है. एक व्यक्ति कम से कम 50,000 रुपये एवरेज में खर्चा करके आता है. अब 1 लाख आदमी मतलब 500 करोड़ हमारी प्रोसेसिंग इंडस्ट्री उन 5 दिनों में अपना खर्च करती है. तो जीडीपी भी बढ़ती है. एंड दैट इज अबाउट सीरियसनेस ऑफ प्लास्ट इंडिया when visitors are spending to the tune of 500, 600 crores to come and see your show. So that is the strength of Plast India. So there have been issues in the past about networking and other things. We will take care of that. I will not go into this. Sir, last time we did an RBSM of 300 guests from overseas. So this time we want to take it to 500, do at least 10,000 meetings. But most importantly, we'll need help from you, your advisors. We want to pick up the right people where business lies in the world. So we want to start this from day after tomorrow, from Monday, and then with Plex Council. Plex Council has been our support system. With Plex Council, we really want to take it to a next level. Sir, we have booked all of Bharat Mandapam, 4 days of serious conferencing. हम दुनिया में प्लास्टिक की सबसे बड़ी कॉन्फ्रेंस करने जा रहे हैं, यही उद्देश्य है. एंड वी वुड रिक्वेस्ट यू टू सपोर्ट अस. वी वांट ऑल द गवर्नमेंट डिपार्टमेंट्स, 10-12 जो हमारे उपभोक्ता हैं, कि दे कम, दे सेट देयर विजन, दे सेट देयर मिशन, एंड लेट द इंडस्ट्री नो व्हाट दे एक्सपेक्ट आउट ऑफ इंडस्ट्री फॉर नेक्स्ट 10 years. सर, हम 6 फरवरी 2026 को विश्व की सबसे बड़ी प्लास्टिक की CO मीट करना चाह रहे हैं. सो वी वांट द अमेजन्स ऑफ द वर्ल्ड, द प्लास्टिक के सबसे बड़े कंज्यूमर बायर्स, वो आए वर्ल्ड से, आप नेतृत्व करें, आपकी उपस्थिति में एक सीरियस कॉन्फ्रेंसिंग हो कि विश्व हमसे क्या चाहता है और हम विश्व में क्या देखते हैं. So it is like a partnership with the world under your able leadership. Sir, we are more patriotic than nationalists. मतलब हमें ये पता है कि देश के लिए क्या करना अच्छा है. हम देश में क्या अच्छा होना चाहिए उसकी बात कम करते हैं प्लास्टिक वाले. So that is what we are. I have had 11 previous great presidents and NEC chairmen that hand over me this baton called Plastindia. And it is a matter of pride. So thank you everybody who chaired this, everybody who led this organization. I have a great leader now in Ravish. I have Kailash ji as my vice chair, the most experienced person. Vikram Ashok, of course, my co-chairs. I have a very dynamic team. हमारे पास दुनिया का श्रेष्ठ प्रधानमंत्री है, सर्वश्रेष्ठ उद्योग और वाणिज्य मंत्री है, with whom I can communicate at ease. हम खुद हिंदुस्तान की सबसे श्रेष्ठ इंडस्ट्री है. With pride I say, we are very clean people. And 80% MSME के हैं, who have struggled, made their way and made it big. तो मुझे यकीनन बिना किसी डाउट्स के आपके आशीर्वाद से, आपकी उपस्थिति से ये निश्चित है कि हम दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा एग्जीबिशन करेंगे. Now, the time has come. We have been waiting for. I will request my President Ravish to get the Plastindia 2026 launched by the Honorable Minister.
एक कदम और विकसित भारत की ओर.
सर, ये भारत नेक्स्ट जो थीम है, ये भी मैंने आपसे चुराई है. भारत मोबिलिटी, भारत टैक्स. सो आई सेड भारत नेक्स्ट. और शायद जब विश्व इसकी बात कर रहा है कि हिंदुस्तान में अब क्या होने वाला है, तो आई डिड नॉट हैव अ बेटर टैगलाइन. सो भारत नेक्स्ट विल कवर एवरीथिंग. सस्टेनेबिलिटी की बहुत बात होती है सर. सो वी आर गारंटिंग टुडे प्लास्टिंडिया 2026 विल बी अ जीरो वेस्ट एग्जीबिशन. नॉट अ 1 gram ऑफ एनीथिंग विल गो इनटू लैंडफिल. सो दिस इज द एश्योरेंस. सर, आज भारत मंडपम में इंडिया स्पेस डे मनाया जा रहा है. मैं आपको आश्वासित करता हूँ आपके सहयोग से एंड द काइंड ऑफ इंडस्ट्री वी हैव, हम 2026 एग्जीबिशन के द्वारा भारत को नेक्स्ट अंतरिक्ष में नेक्स्ट लेवल पे पक्का ले जाएंगे. वी विल गो टू द नेक्स्ट ऑर्बिट. थैंक यू सो मच.
Thank you very much, Alok ji. With your words, we are ready, and Bharat Mandapam is also ready to host the world's largest international plastics exhibition, the Plastindia 2026. With that, ladies and gentlemen, it is an absolute honor to welcome a distinguished leader whose vision and dedication has shaped the economic landscape of India. In fact, in his current role, under his leadership, We all know about India's growth trajectory with an unwavering commitment that he has provided for the Atmanirbhar Bharat, making India self-reliant and globally competitive. In his prior role under his leadership, India witnessed the electrification of over 18,000 villages, achieving energy security and sustainability. His efforts also extend to social welfare by introducing the One Nation, One Ration Card system, ensuring food security for millions of Indians. His focus on digitalization and promotion of startups has also positioned India as a global hub for innovation and entrepreneurship. Today, as we gather to discuss the future, it is only fitting that we are joined by one of the most dynamic leaders of India. But before I invite him to share his visionary words, we also have a beautiful video that we'd like to dedicate to him. So first up, let's have the AV on the screen, please.
Three Ds: डेमोक्रेसी, डेमोग्राफी और यंग पॉपुलेशन और डिमांड, ये 3 Ds को आगे लेके अब भारत बहुत तेज गति से आगे बढ़ने वाला देश बना है और आगे के दिनों में अगले 25 वर्ष में हम एक विकसित देश के रूप में उभरेंगे। सबका प्रयास, सबका विश्वास और सबका साथ लेके इस देश में सबका विकास हो। 140 करोड़ देशवासी आज मजबूती के साथ प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी के साथ खड़े हैं, उनको आशीर्वाद दे रहे हैं कि वो और आगे देश को बढ़ाने के लिए अपना काम करते रहें।
Ladies and gentlemen, with a thunderous round of applause, please help me in welcoming our esteemed chief guest, Honorable Minister of Commerce and Industry, Shri Piyush Goyal ji.
Mr. Alok Tibrewala, Chairman of the National Executive Council for 2026, Mr. Ravish Kamath, President of Plastindia Foundation, Mr. Pradeep Rathod, Chairman of the National Advisory Board, Plastindia Foundation, Mr. Jigesh Doshi, immediate past President, Sunil Singhi ji, my good friend and colleague, Chairman of the National Traders Welfare Board set up by the Government of India, Mr. Thomas Franken, the Director of the Messe Dusseldorf from Germany, Mr. Dharmendra Gandhi, the Honorable Treasurer of Plastindia Foundation, Mr. Raju Desai, Vice President, all the distinguished captains of industry who are present here today, all the very, very important players in the plastic industry who have over the years helped create one of the most successful and dynamic industries in the Indian landscape, the plastic industry, which certainly makes every Indian proud, serving almost every moment of our life in some form or the other. My greetings, my compliments to each and every one of you, and my best wishes for the success of Plast India 2026, which we are launching today. At the outset, my apologies that I was very much delayed. I've been on the street since 7 a.m. today. After an evening yesterday where I think I last wound up at about midnight. I had a series of programs through the day, and I had my lunch in the drive from Geo to Grand Hyatt just now. I asked the Geo people to drum up some pasta for me since the chef is an old friend, and I had a very, very delicious pasta. And when you're hungry, you know how tasty a pasta even cold can feel. But I'm indeed delighted to be amongst all of you, because the positivity that I see here, the enthusiasm, the commitment is truly remarkable. The plastic industry certainly has played a very important role in the growth of the economy, in taking India to where we are now. The various Plastindia exhibitions over the years have also played an important role. 11 exhibitions so far. The last one's statistics which Alokji just gave us were truly phenomenal. I don't know which other exhibition can charge $1,000 for every visitor to come in. मैं देख रहा था, मैं तो वॉलेट ही भूल गया हूँ. मेरे को अलाउ करोगे कि नहीं 2026 में? But a very good principled stand so that the exhibition is self-sustaining. The exhibition provides value. Very often we find that anything you get free of charge doesn't really get the kind of respect that it deserves. Often I tell people, don't give anything free, charge a little bit, albeit normally, very nominal. But it adds value to whatever you're offering a person. And I'm delighted at the ambitious plans that Plastindia has set before itself. I remember when Ravish and Alokji came, I was expecting the typical demands, itne crore rupaye de do, itna MAI mein support de do, buyer-seller meet ke liye humko foreign se exhibitors lane. And by the way, I have stopped giving support to people who ask to pay for the travel bills and the hotel bills of buyers. I've told my ministry to stop that. If a buyer can't afford a ticket and a hotel stay for 3 days, he's not going to buy anything from you. But I was immensely pleased when I saw the confidence and the spirit that both our young friends had. They did not ask me for anything, but possibly a little smarter, that they asked for me. कई बार हम ये करते हैं ना, हमको आपसे कुछ नहीं चाहिए, बस आप ही हमारे साथ जुड़ जाओ, उसके बाद रिलायंस को एक 10 करोड़ रुपए का बिल भेज देना. और क्या आप नानावती जी से 3 प्लैटिनम स्पॉन्सर के बीच एक खड़ा कर देते हो? नानावती जी, आपने तो सुपर प्लैटिनम बन के 10 करोड़ रुपए देने ही चाहिए. With no disrespect to the other platinum sponsors, I'm just trying to make their job easier. वैसे तो Alok seems to be very qualified in this job. As I was hearing how he raised the sponsors, I was thinking in my mind, we are looking for a treasurer. आपको आमंत्रण दे सकते हैं जल्द. But truly very, very delighted to be amongst all of you, because you epitomize not only talent, not only skill, not only your self-confidence, but also the huge potential that this industry holds for India. I still remember when there was a ban on plastic less than 50 micron, there was some concerns that some of the players had. I remember meeting many delegations. I do believe that was a right step, particularly considering sustainability and the future ahead. But you also had very legitimate points of view in terms of the transition period, grandfathering of old stocks. And if I remember correctly, that was sorted out amicably. But during that period, I remember discussing it with the Honorable Prime Minister and with the Honorable Home Minister. And I would like to share with you that both my leaders told me that this is one industry that must be supported. It has a large number of MSME players. It contributes tremendously to employment and jobs. It has an important role to play in our own growth story. And I was directed by Narendra Bhai and Amit Bhai that this industry holds a very bright future and go out all the way. अब इसका ये मतलब नहीं है आप सोचे कि अगले मीटिंग में 10 करोड़ रुपए मेरे से ही मांग लें. But truly, it's a matter of great satisfaction to see the ambitious plans that you've drawn up. Bharat Mandapam has been visualized by Prime Minister Modi to present to the world the India story. We had the G20 Leaders Summit over there. In fact, your CEO conference, which we have agreed to have on the sidelines of the exhibition, I will host all your CEOs, domestic and international, in the Leaders Summit room. And you will all be my guests for the interaction and the dinner that evening. Friends, while I'm very happy that you are looking at Bharat Next, but I would like to see Plastindia becoming an annual feature or biannually, whatever you decide. Personally, I think with the rapid advancements in your industry, we should have it more frequently. And since you did give me a little credit for the Bharat and tagline and added next, maybe I can suggest for your next conference, Bharat Forever. Because what you are doing is going to have a lasting impact for the future of India. I'm glad that you don't have silos in your industry. The very purpose and concept that we had articulated when we did Bharat Tex, and the organizer of that, Bhadresh Todia, is here. When we did Bharat Mobility, when we are expanding Ahar, when we are looking at electrical industry having a world-class exhibition. The idea behind it, Thomas, is that all exhibitions in India should not only be world-class, but should be the biggest and best in the world. That is what India aspires for. And it's very much doable. Friends, Bhadresh can tell you more than me. When I first approached the textile industry, and I said we'll break every silo amongst the various industry players. They did have exhibitions in the past, but apparel would have its own exhibition, yarn would have its own exhibition, fabric, home furnishing. Everybody had dispersed exhibitions. Smaller, different times, different venues. When I requested them to look at a large scale, whole of the industry exhibition, breaking the silos amongst different sectors, bringing the entire value chain under one roof, and creating a world level of exhibition. I remember, if you don't mind, Bhadresh Bhai, they were aghast. They just couldn't believe that I'm asking them to do that. Then we started negotiating. They said it will take us 2 years to do it. 2 साल बोला था ना शुरू में. 2 साल का they negotiated with me down to 1.5 years. Then they came down to 1 year. But I was very clear that has to be done in 6 months. However, we negotiated back and forth for 2 months out of those 6 months. So finally they got 4 months and created what I can dare say was one of the finest exhibitions I've ever seen in my life. Bharat Tex covered all of Bharat Mandapam, covered all of Yashobhumi, had every single sector related to textiles under one roof. When Honorable Prime Minister came to inaugurate it, there were 8,000 people in front of him, 8,000 people. There were at least 1,600 more in two overflowing halls. And I remember amongst the Prime Minister was really in his element. He is very, very close to the textile industry, just like he is to the plastic industry. And I remember in his speech he mentioned that I had forgotten to get the chemical industry because chemicals also play a role. And I was wondering to myself, ye galti kaise ho gayi? But when the program got over, they came rushing to me to tell me, no, chemicals is also there. They are in so-and-so exhibition hall. You can go and have a look at that. That was the extent of detail in bringing the entire value chain on one roof. Machinery manufacturers, software providers, every single element of the textile industry, starting from farmers, cotton, and the fashion show that they presented. I don't know whether in plastics we can have something like that, but you could possibly invite Bhadresh to help curate one for you. It was really fabulous, absolutely remarkable. Same was the story with Bharat Mobility. I requested the auto industry to come on one page, end to end. They had also been doing exhibitions in a disparate manner. I don't know how much time I gave them, probably 5 months or thereabouts. मुझे अभी याद नहीं आ रहा है, शायद कब था उनका ऑटो का 5 महीने दिए थे, मुझे अभी याद नहीं आ रहा है कितना टाइम. उनका भी यही कहानी थी कि we'll do it in 2026, but they finally landed up doing it in 2024, probably February or March. And truly, that exhibition was covering every single aspect of the automobile sector. Companies which had never participated in an exhibition came forward. Both these exhibitions hardly took any support from the government. And today, we can proudly say that mobility, textiles, food, electricals, the Indian Mobile Congress relates to the electronics industry, and we are identifying a few more. Idea is that 12 to 15 world-class, world's largest exhibitions should be held in India if India wants to become a developed nation, a Viksit Bharat, if India wants to become the third largest economy in the next 3 years by 2027, as the IMF has estimated. If India wants to grow from a $3.5 trillion to a $35 trillion economy in the next 25 years, if India is looking to provide prosperity and a better quality of life to every single child born in this country, if India wants to be at the forefront of technology, of modern advancements, then I think it's time we started thinking big. It's time we became more bold. It's time we started capturing world markets. It's time we became self-reliant, Atmanirbhar. It's time we dealt with the rest of the world from a position of strength. आत्मविश्वास हमारा पक्का होना चाहिए. दुनिया की कोई ताकत भारत को एक विकसित भारत, एक प्रॉस्परस समृद्ध भारत बनाने से रोक नहीं पाएगी. I remember I had come to your program in 2022, sometime in April of 2022, when I had visualized your sector contributing $100 billion to the export sector. I believe you are at about 25 billion now? 11 billion. I think if we look at much more ambitious targets, Alok ji did tell me with a great deal of pride, and rightly so, that you're growing at about 12-13% a year. But may I venture to suggest that the Indian economy is already growing at 11% nominally. Our nominal growth is at 11% even today. Last 3 years, our growth at constant numbers was 8%. Nominal growth was 12 or 13%. Now, in that situation, I don't think the plastic industry can rest on the laurels of growing at 12 or 13 or 14%. Think about it. Today you are replacing so many other products. Sustainability, energy conservation, less consumption of fuel, petrol, more effective electric vehicles, all of these, aeroplanes. Nowadays even ships are looking at polymers and plastics for a variety of products within their architecture. Are all going plastic because you provide durability, flexibility, you provide lightweight, you provide all the ingredients that the modern world is looking for. And therefore, I would think that your industry should be at least ambitious enough to try and look for a 20% growth year on year. And it's doable. Don't look only at the India growth story. And don't even be deterred that world growth is slowing down, international trade is slowing down. What is our contribution to international trade? We are barely at 1.5%, 2%, 1.8%. What stops the plastic industry from aspiring to be 20% of the global trade? What stops us from looking at scale, economies of scale, looking at the huge talent, the skills of our workmen, our people, our young men and women, and the power of compounding we are all witnessing in the stock market nowadays. At 20% growth every year, you would be doubling your industry every 3.5 years. Would 100 billion exports be difficult at that time? I think by 2047, if somebody does the maths, with a $11 billion export today, you are only looking at about 4 rounds of doubling. In say 4 years, by 2047, you'll probably be a $125 billion industry. And it's all eminently doable, very much doable. We have to go from this interaction today with the confidence that we can and we shall. And once each one of you, stalwarts of this industry, make up your mind, I'm sure you will find solutions. As they say, there'll be 1 million problems, but we have 1 billion minds to solve those 1 million problems. And our 1 billion minds can do it if we all decide to. Friends, from the part of the government, we are happy to take every possible step to support your industry. I would in fact urge you to look at quality standards in a good way, in a big way, so that our Indian products are high quality. We stop the import of substandard, low quality goods coming in from opaque geographies, where there are non-transparent and opaque trading systems. मेरा इशारा तो आप लोग सब समझ ही रहे हैं. There are still imports of plastic products in a big way. That must stop, not because of I want to stop the competition. It must stop because you have the ability to do better than them. It's also high time, collectively, while I know that there are extended producer liabilities and other things which have been taken up by industry, but it's time we looked at the circular economy in a much bigger way. I remember as railway minister, I had promoted in a large measure that we set up these plastic bottle crushing machines in all the stations of India. To my mind, we should have a plastic bottle crushing machine literally on every street corner in India. Because the amount of plastic we see all around, while we have plastic bottles here, many times we have glass bottles. I think I see glass bottles on your tables. In my humble view, the glass bottle is not good for India. I'm not against glass. कि वो glass वाले मेरे यहाँ धरना बोल दें. I'm not at all against glass. But for packaging a product like water in a glass bottle, you are not only making it so much more expensive, then this bottle may be half used. Most of the bottles I see on your tables are not fully empty, half used. That water goes waste. Then this bottle has to be transported in a truck which is spewing diesel and fumes all over the place to a washing center. We are using water to wash these bottles to make them hygienic again, and then filling and sealing it again. Just doesn't make sense. But the attack on plastic is because of the plastic waste clogging the drains. We'll have to work in partnership with each other. You can't wait for the government to do everything. And by the way, my own study 3-4 years ago showed that each of these plastic crushing bottles is a good economic business model. It pelletizes the plastic, saves us from large landfills and waste dumps. There's an economic value to that waste. In many places, I remember people setting up this machine and giving a coupon of some value to those who threw the machine in that bottle, threw the bottle in the machine. Innovation is going to be the way forward. And I would urge the captains of industry to have dedicated teams. And नानावती जी, आपने लीड लेना पड़ेगा इसमें. आपके पास क्षमता है, आपके पास वो विजन है, वो लीडरशिप है जिसने हर क्षेत्र में कुछ ना कुछ अद्भुत करके बताया. यहाँ तक कि मोबाइल फोन का कॉस्ट भी एक पोस्ट कार्ड जितना बनाया है जो धीरूभाई का सपना था. और हम सब मिलके अगर नई सोच के साथ नई चीजों को लाते हैं तो मुझे पूरा विश्वास है इंडस्ट्री भी ग्रो करेगी, आप लाखों करोड़ों लोगों को रोजगार भी देंगे, आपके स्वयं का बिजनेस बढ़ेगा और देश के इस आत्मनिर्भर बनने के अभियान में, देश की इस अमृत काल की यात्रा में जब हम विकसित भारत की तरफ तेजी से बढ़ रहे हैं, दुनिया की सबसे तेज गति से बढ़ने वाली अर्थव्यवस्था आज भारत में है. एक फ्रैजाइल 5 इकोनॉमी आज विश्व की 5वीं सबसे बड़ी इकोनॉमी है. हमारे पास विश्व के 4-5 देश के पास जो सबसे अधिक फॉरेन एक्सचेंज रिजर्व्स है वो भारत के पास है. हर सर्वे बताता है कि आने वाले 2-3-4 दशक भारत का समय है. हम तेजी से आगे बढ़ेंगे. इस देश में जब 10 गुना प्रगति होगी, $3.5 ट्रिलियन से हम $35 ट्रिलियन की इकोनॉमी बनाएंगे आने वाले 25 वर्षों में, तो क्या प्लास्टिक सेक्टर पीछे रह सकता है? हर व्यक्ति के जीवन में प्लास्टिक का एक बहुत बड़ा योगदान है और मैं समझता हूं आप अपने योगदान को कभी कम मत समझना. आपका योगदान कोई देश सेवा से कम नहीं है. और इसी प्रकार से बेस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस, इनोवेशन, टेक्नोलॉजी, इकोनॉमीज ऑफ स्केल, हाई क्वालिटी, इन सबको अगर हमने सम्मिलित कर लिया, इन सबको हमारे पूरे सेक्टर ने ग्रहण कर लिया अपने अंदर, तो मैं समझता हूं 23 अगस्त वैसे भी भारत के इतिहास में एक बड़ा ही महत्वपूर्ण दिन है. आज नेशनल स्पोर्ट्स डे है. अभी अभी आप बता रहे थे आलोक जी, आज ही के दिन पिछले वर्ष चंद्रयान ने सॉफ्ट लैंडिंग की थी मून के ऊपर. मुझे याद है उस दिन हमारे G20 ट्रेड मिनिस्टर्स, ट्रेड एंड इन्वेस्टमेंट मिनिस्टर्स की मीटिंग शुरू हुई थी जयपुर में. तो मीटिंग शुरू होने के पहले सभी दुनिया के ट्रेड मिनिस्टर्स को हमने स्क्रीन के ऊपर लैंडिंग दिखाई, भारत की क्षमता दिखाई, हमारी ताकत का परिचय दिया. तो मेरे लिए तो 23 अगस्त एक स्पेशल सिग्निफिकेंस रखता है और मुझे पूरा विश्वास है आपके जीवन में, आपके उद्योग में, आपके व्यापार में भी आप सब आज इस प्लास्ट इंडिया 2026 भारत नेक्स्ट के लॉन्च पर, कर्टन रेजर पर पूरी शिद्दत के साथ, पूरे जोश के साथ तय करके जाओगे कि भारत की प्लास्टिक इंडस्ट्री विश्व स्तरीय बनेगी। भारत की प्लास्टिक इंडस्ट्री अब सेकंड टू नन का नारा लेके चलेगी। भारत की प्लास्टिक इंडस्ट्री अब क्वालिटी, इनोवेशन, टेक्नोलॉजी में अग्रसर रहेगी। और शाहरुख खान ने भी कहा था कि जब कोई चीज की इच्छा बहुत शिद्दत से हो, बहुत पक्के इरादे से हो, तो पूरी कायनात भी उतर आती है आपकी मदद करने के लिए। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Overwhelmed. Thank you so much, sir. आपकी तरफ से एक स्वागत हम भी आज घोषित कर देते हैं। In honor of all the great words and the vision set by you today, we at Plast India, we are announcing 2 discounts. The early bird discount, when you book up to 31st October 2024, will be 800 rupees a square meter. And a loyalty discount to all the exhibitors who have been with Plast India in 23 will be another 800 rupees a square meter.
Thank you very much, and thank you very much, Shri Piyush Goyalji, for your valuable presence and your pioneering guidance that has truly steered the vision and the ambition for Plast India 2026. Isi ke saath, yes sir.
I forgot, I had SMS my office. We will have a 2-officer panel from DPIIT, Mr. Sanjeev, and from Commerce, Aishwarya Singh. 2 very senior officials will be at your service for anything you require across the government. Anything you require at Bharat Mandapam, Yashobhumi, or anywhere else in the country, anything you require from any state government or Delhi administration, you are free to contact them. I can assure you, you will not find them less than what you would get anywhere in the world. Outstanding officials, and they'll be at your beck and call. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that massive support, sir. With that, ladies and gentlemen, if I could please request Shri Ravish Kamath to please present the memento as a token of our gratitude to our Honorable Chief Guest, Shri Piyush Goyalji. I now request I am truly humbled, sir. Thank you so much for that beautiful gesture. But if I may also please request Shri Alok Tibrewala to please present a token of gratitude, the memento to Mr. Thomas Franken for his valuable presence as well this evening with us. Mr. Thomas Franken, Director, Messe Düsseldorf. And now I further request Shri Jiggy Doshiji to please present the memento to Shri Sunil Singhi, Chairman, National Traders Welfare Board, Government of India, Ministry of Commerce and Industry. We have managed to gather the inspiring thoughts of our dignitaries as well as of our leaders. But on that note, I now request Shri Raju Desai, Vice President, Plast India Foundation, to please propose the vote of thanks as well.
Honorable Shri Piyush Goyal ji, Minister of Commerce and Industry, distinguished guests, industry leader, member of the media, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening to everyone present. It's my great honor and privilege to extend a heartfelt word of thanks on behalf of the entire organizing committee of Plastindia 2026. First and foremost, I would like to express a deep gratitude to Honorable Shri Piyush Goyal ji for gracing this occasion with your esteemed presence. Your support and encouragement are invaluable to our industry, and we are inspired by your vision for India's growth in the global plastic sector. I also take this opportunity to sincerely thank Shri Sunil Singhi ji and Mr. Thomas Franken of Düsseldorf for their gracious presence. To our distinguished guests and industry leaders, your participation today makes the beginning of what we believe will be another milestone event in the history of Plastindia. Your presence reaffirms our collective commitment to innovation, sustainability, and excellence in plastic industry. A special thanks to our partners, sponsors, and exhibitors who have already shown their commitment to making Plastindia 2026 a grand success. Without your support, this event would not have been possible. We look forward to continuing this journey together as we prepare to showcase the best of what our industry has to offer to the world. I would also like to take this moment to acknowledge the hard work and dedication of the entire organizing team. Your tireless efforts have been instrumental in bringing this launch function, and I have no doubt that your passion will drive us to even greater success in 2026. To the member of media and press, we sincerely thank you for your coverage and support. Your role in spreading the message and highlighting the significance of our industry is invaluable, and we truly appreciate your presence here today. Lastly, to all of you who have joined us here today, whether in person or virtually, thank you for your time and attention. Your interest and enthusiasm are what makes Plastindia a premier event, and we are excited to have you with us on this journey. As we look ahead to Plastindia 2026, let us remember that this is not just an exhibition. It's a platform for collaboration, innovation, and the advancement of our industry on the global stage. Together, we will continue to build a stronger, more sustainable future. Once again, thank you all for being part of this remarkable occasion. We look forward to your continued support and participation. Before we conclude, I would like to warmly welcome all our guests to join us for the dinner. It will be a wonderful opportunity to connect, share ideas, and celebrate the promising future of our industry together. Thank you, and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you very much, Mr. Desai. If I could request all our dignitaries to come together for a group photograph. If I could request Shri Piyush Goyal ji and the dignitaries for one final group photograph, sir. And meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for joining us. While we may conclude the program, this is the start to something big, in fact, one of the biggest ever. This is the launch of the world's largest international plastics exhibition, Plastindia 2026. Thank you so much for joining us, and we now cordially invite all of you to please join in for dinner as we take forward the conversations at dinner. Thank you once again. This is Kavya signing off. Good evening. Take care.